Roblox in recent times has been going downhill since Arthur was introduced. Roblox has been getting memed on hard. To fuel the fire, Roblox has changed from a platform where you can make games to a proper corporation. Instead of just a childish game, it was now trying to be part of the metaverse, something that was quite popular during the pandemic. Quick summary of the whole downhill would be: in 2021, Roblox released itself on the stock market having a starting value of $69. When they became active in the stock market, they began to tend towards investors rather than the player base. Events such as the Bloxies and the Egg Hunt began to happen less frequently. Soon enough, Roblox only began to have sponsored events which were not liked by the community. This made Roblox's stock dip in price, causing huge controversy to the point Roblox spiraled into a dumpster fire. With dramas such as the Ruben Sim lawsuit and multiple allegations of predatory behavior happening on Roblox and the community's general IQ dropping below room temperature, all of Roblox could be simply summed up into the word atrocious. Now that the summary of the downhill is finished, let's take a look at the current state of Roblox. The player base can be divided into multiple categories, but here are the ones that stand out the most. The Slenders, usually kids around the age of 17 to 13, who dress emo and try to act mature, ending up sounding and being extremely cringe and irritating. The CB fans are the Trolls, loving to troll everyone and taking nothing seriously. It's existed before CB, but with the rising influence of CB in the current community, the Trolls have risen once again. Anime fans somehow became one of the biggest communities on Roblox, consists of mostly JoJo fans and One Piece fans. They're an easy target for Roblox developers, as all you would have to do is slap any anime character and make your game anime themed to get a huge fan base already. Now, if you combine all of these like a chemical formula, we get a website that looks like this.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on.
Oh yeah, let's just add the fact that Roblox servers spontaneously combust every weekend due to how many players enter the site. Back in the days, Roblox used to be a platform filled with creativity and community interactions. Games like Murder Mystery 2, Jailbreak, and Natural Justice Survivor were classics and groundbreaking. They were unique. But now, the current trends are simulators and tycoons, mixing genres such as current memes, Grimace Shake, Skibidi Toilet, and anime together to create a cash grab that makes the creators a lot of money. But amidst such garbage and terrible of terrible games, there are hidden gems. They're only played by a couple hundred at times and only known by a few people. They're hard to find, but they exist, somewhere in the vast platform. If you're a veteran of Roblox that has played before the downfall, you must look at the current website and shed a tear, reminiscing of the old times when Roblox was fun and not just a terrible cash grab. Well, please let me introduce to you a game that I found by chance, a game that has blown me away with how underrated it is, and how no one has heard of it. It boasts only a couple hundred players daily, but has the qualities of a front page game. Here's the game called Voxlblade. Voxlblade was a game that was in development for a year. It was launched in April 2023. It's made by a user called Voxel with the help of Chibi Dragon and Versionzilla. Since its release, it has achieved around 17 million players. It is nothing to scoff at, especially in this landscape where it's filled with hot, steamy garbage. But currently, the game sits just at over 500 players daily, and barely reaches 1,000 on good days. The game's last big update, from what I can figure, wasn't that long ago at the time of making this video. It has brought it to life, but it isn't barely keeping its relevancy. This makes a game only found through search, or if it is recommended to you through your homepage, which is how I found it. Me and my friends were on a hunt for a good game on Roblox. Our summer vacation was running out and classes were beginning very soon. We wanted a few games to play just to finish off our summer vacation on a good note. One rainy afternoon, I was looking through a bunch of games, mostly RPGs, as that's what we had been playing. We found a game called Arcane Lineage, which I'll talk about in another video. Soon enough though, we lost interest and searched for another game. This is when I was recommended this gem, a lightning in a bottle, an absolute beauty. When you enter the game, you're met with a really good tune. It matches perfectly with the 8-bit and RPG vibe of the game. The music for this game is actually made by MinyRX, who has done a terrific job. Just take a listen. You're first given a choice between 3 slots to make your save. This means you can have multiple saves and be different races if you wish. Once you pick a save file, you're taken to the character creation. Since this game is focused on being an 8-bit game, the graphics may be a turn-off for some people, as people nowadays prefer games that is set any GPU on fire. But this is also a great thing about this game. It's tending to a niche which I'm realizing is slowly dying. 8-bit games like Undertale are slowly becoming less and less relevant. Even Minecraft, which I consider to be somewhat of an 8-bit game, has people using shaders that make RTXs cry in fear. Nonetheless, the character creation isn't too detailed, as expected. There's a variety of hairs, 21 in fact, and a few hair colors. There's a few skin tones which I didn't look through much, and more with facial customization. There are different races that give different buffs as well, the most basic being human, while the most unique has to be Kitsune. Though, some races like the aforementioned Kitsune cost Robux. If you see the races and have played other RPGs before, you realize that it has taken inspiration from Skyrim, as races like High Elf and Argonians exist, though under a different name. Anyways, this is what I went with. After character creation, you're thrown into some lore. You're seeing a dream about meeting some dude on your 15th birthday. Classic trope of sending a teenager on dangerous journeys and told to fend for themselves. Well, anyways, once the lore is quickly told, you're spawned in the inn. You talk to the innkeeper and tell him about the weird dream you had. Suddenly, you feel sick and regurgitate a sword out of thin air. Both you and the innkeeper are surprised. He tells you to check with a wizard that lives far from civilization on a mountain. You tell him you might need a doctor instead. And so, off you go, on a quest to find an antisocial wizard. But first, as part of all RPG ritual, you must get distracted and search the town for some other quests. This is Frontier Village, the first place you discover. It has a few quests which I'll go over in a minute. There's a blacksmith that lets you upgrade your armor, a shop with a rude shopkeeper, and a few quests that help you level up much more easily. Anyways, I head towards the wizard tower, which is quite far from the village. I've already played this game before for a bit, so I already figured where the tower is. This is actually a cool feature where you can track the quests. You can see an arrow pointing towards where you're supposed to go. This is unique as most games don't do this and just place it on a minimap rather than have you track it. Another feature that I assume is inspired by Skyrim. Alright, now that you're at the wizard tower, you climb up all the way and talk to the wizard. He doesn't give much information other than tell you to go to a shrine at the forest. Also, there is no fall damage, so that's a big plus. Off to the forest we go! I find a wolf roaming and try to kill it. Since I haven't mentioned it, let me just tell you. The combat in this game is like a Souls game. Your best friend is the roll and you will use it a lot, especially if the ping is bad. A lot of timing and attack prediction is needed. There's no hack and slash, it's all thought through. Beating a bunny is hard enough. Trying to kill the wolf is like fighting a whole mini-boss. With its debuff and high attack, it also heals every time it damages you. Anyways, I leave the wolf to die from another player kitted out in bunny armor. At the forest, you find the shrine where you click E to activate it. Once you activate it, you can upgrade your sword. Sadly, I don't have enough SP, which is what you get when you level up. You're approached by a guy called Pip, who begins to explain the lore more in depth and tells you to meet him at the hideout. Once at his hideout, he tells you to get stronger. And boy, let me tell you, get stronger he means a lot stronger. Reaching up to level 5 is a piece of cake, but reaching level 10, you're in for a treat. Fighting in this game is already difficult. Blocking attacks is difficult and so is predicting moves. Luckily, you can dodge easily by pressing C and rolling. But the issue is, experience is hard to gain. Killing wolves take up to 1 to 2 minutes, especially with the amount of dodging you do. Even then, you only get 15 experience, if you hadn't taken help from a player. Anyways, I died fighting a wolf and was sent back to the starting village. I also bought some church robes from the church in the forest. I decided to check out the village some more and find some quests. I found this investigator that told me to kill a secret vampire in the village and handed me an insta-kill beam thingy. I tried to figure out how to use it and accidentally summoned a godly beam of death rays that struck upon this random NPC that also gave a quest, obliterating him out of existence and also lowering my reputation by 5. And a quick hint for this quest, the vampire is actually called Porco and he's found here. Also, my dumbass didn't know you can upgrade your sword, so I tortured myself to level 8 when my friend told me I can just upgrade my sword. Alright, I'll stop here with the lore and gameplay as I want you guys to enjoy this game out instead of me spoiling it. It'll be more fun if you enjoy the story as spoiler-free as possible, but with some more interest. Alright, firstly, the game mechanics are pretty simple but challenging. As an RPG, the world interactions are fun with some humorous jokes. The game isn't serious and throws in a few jokes here and there. The entire concept of it being 8-bit makes it out to be fun rather than targeting a cool or serious tone. The story's beginning itself is a bit of a joke. When you press M, you get a bunch of options with settings, trade, your inventory, and the in-game shop that sells cosmetics. You can change keybinds or the volume of the music. The art style as well is neat and everything fits well. Though I would say the inventory can be a bit overwhelming when you have a lot of things. Luckily, the search feature is a thing, but it can still be a bit too cluttered. So far, I've only seen 5 biomes. The game is still new and I expect the developers to be working on the game and adding more places to go as the game progresses. There are boss fights in this game, but I haven't tackled them yet as I'm too low leveled. But one mini boss you can fight is the alligator that shoots laser beams. It's actually called a Dragigator or something, and it's actually easy if you can master its attack. It only has 2 attacks, the death rays that it shoots when you're far, and the tail whip which it does when it's close. The attacks can be easily avoided, all you need to do is dodge the death ray and block when he's winding up for the tail whip. Though, sometimes a really hard version of the gator spawns and you might die a few times. Alright, a thing about dying, you do lose XP when you die, so it's best to avoid dying. So far, I've only mentioned positive things about the game. There are some things that I don't like, however. As I mentioned, the inventory can feel a bit overwhelming and cluttered. It's just a slight nitpick as I feel as though there's not much the devs can do about it. The inventory looks good, but it feels a bit small. Though that's because it's trying to fit with the 8-bit thing. But another thing I realized is that people are begging in the group file for mobile support. To that, I only have a few things to say. Mobile support for this game would be difficult as the developers would have to code in the GUIs for all the buttons that are available on PC, meaning the screen will get very cluttered. The dev team is pretty small and I'd assume they're doing this out of passion, not for money. This means they cater towards what's most easy to do. They work with passion and do not want to make this into a job. Completely respectful coming from someone who does YouTube and writes novels out of passion. I don't wish for any monetary gain currently from these two activities. As soon as money is involved, it becomes a chore. I would wish for this game to have a bigger and more active fan base, but I like it more as a small game. I don't wish for this game to blow up and become a big game on Roblox as it will ruin the fan base with kids whining for updates like recommendations that just don't fit. This is not me gatekeeping, by the way. I'm just trying to save the game from the hands of evil, which is the current player base of Roblox, which have a corruptive brain cell count of -5. To end this video, I have a few words for the developers of the game and for the viewers of this video. Firstly, to the developers, thank you for creating such a game. I'm sure the ones working on this game are not expecting much in return. The game is out of passion, not for monetary gain. A rare instance in this cesspool of front page. I'm more than happy to play this game and wait for its update to see what it brings in the future. Keep doing what's best for the game and listening to the community. For the viewers of the video, thank you so much for watching till the end. This is similar to my current form of content that I enjoy making a lot. Rather than boring, uncut content, I've switched up to making scripts, editing the video, adding a hint of humor, and making the production much better. It will really help if you like the video to show support or give criticism in the comments. If you like this kind of content and want more, do subscribe. Anyways, that's all from me. If this video has convinced you to play the game, I'll leave all the links in the description so you can check it out. Until next time, I'll catch you all later.